Hey, R2. Do you remember Darth Vader? Hey everyone, Scooby-Doo here, and welcome to another video. Doing some Star Wars wall maintenance. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off R2 because he'll just talk all the time. Hey R2! Quit shaking your head all the time. Just doing some wall maintenance. I needed to clean him up a little bit and change out his batteries. Let's do some other things. Today we're gonna work on another shelf that goes with the Hoth collection. So I'll just kind of switch the camera around a little bit. Plus also too, I'm going to do a general discussion on things. This is the X-Wing helmet. I don't know how popular this video is going to be because I don't know how many people actually have one of these. But I'm building it, I'm going to be doing a shelf that's going to be like the other ones from Hoth. Why don't they make cool Star Wars stuff like that R2 unit? Why don't they make those anymore? In fact, why don't they make a life-size one? I've talked about this before. I don't know why they don't make a life-size one. I mean, I know they do. I mean, I know you can... and by the way, I'm kind of moving back and forth while I'm making this. I know you can get one from Sideshow. They're like, I don't know, what, $3,000 or $4,000 or something like that. And you can build your own, but again, you're into the thousands of dollars. Plus, you would have to be able to know how to make it. But why don't they just make one like they did last year with the Darth Vader and the Stormtrooper? They did those 48-inch ones. Why don't they just make a 48-inch R2 that's just like, you know, made out of plastic. Throw in some LED lights and maybe a motion sensor, so like squawk or talk to you when you walk by them. Why don't they do that? Or why didn't, you know, one thing that was a really good idea, which was the Yoda, which is about the same size as the R2 that Spin Master made last year, and I did the videos and showed you how to take it apart so it wouldn't move around. Why didn't they just put a shelf mode on it like this R2 unit does? You can either put him on the floor, or there's a button you can push where you can put him on a shelf. I think that's why that Yoda was an epic fail, and why you can buy them on eBay now for like 40 bucks. Because people just didn't want to play with it on the ground. They wanted to put it in a display cabinet or on a shelf. I don't know why they do stuff like that. Or why is Sideshow charging so much for that Snowspeeder Luke? Why do they make it an exclusive where you can only buy it there? It's kind of lame. I mean, it's their right to do it. I mean, they designed it, right? So if they designed it, is the camera showing you? Okay. They designed it. So I guess they could just sell it on their website, but then either have them all that way or don't do them at all like that. Because I like to buy my stuff at different places depending on what kind of specials they have. I'll do like Big Bad Toy Store, Alter Ego Comics, Toy Wiz, sometimes eBay. Heck, sometimes you can get stuff cheaper at Walmart, and you're not going to get the figures there, but you can get other stuff there. It's kind of lame. Because what had happened was I had finished doing some of those other Hoth dioramas, and I put them up on the wall, and I didn't like how they looked. I mean, I liked how they looked, I just didn't like how I had them set up, because I have a lot of the shelves kind of go in order to the movies. I don't know if you've ever noticed that or not, but they're almost like a kind of like a storyboard. And I remember seeing the Snowspeeder Luke, but I didn't really look and see how much it cost or anything, and then I went ahead and had the idea to go ahead and make the extra shelves and get a Snowspeeder. And once I did all that and I kind of rearranged some of the shelf is when I actually started looking for the figure. And Excuse me, and that's when I found out that Sideshow was the only one that was selling it. I was like, what? Oh, I love this moldacine. I don't want to put too much of this stuff on, it gets heavy. So anyway, so once I found out that they were the only ones, I saw it was $269, add the shipping, add the tax and everything else. Wasn't going to pay no $300, so that's why I built them. And then I have this helmet, which you would think I would actually put it with my X-Wing loop, but the X-Wing loop was on the other side of the wall. And there was no way that I could get this thing moved all the way over. So I decided, well, why don't I make it his helmet from Hoth? Now it has a blast shield on it. The blast shield comes off. But I actually like it with the blast shield on. So this is just another shelf that I planned on designing with snow and stuff that it's going to be sitting on. So I thought I'd go ahead and film it and let you guys watch as I made it. Now if this is your first video you're watching of mine for some reason, and you're like, hey man, he's not really going over everything he's doing, just go look at my other videos. I don't want to keep repeating stuff all the time. I mean, I don't mind repeating some stuff. I have so many videos out that I don't expect you to go through every single one of them. So if I can help and say, hey, check out the video so-and-so that came out on this date, I'll do it, but anyways. So with this one I did, if you saw, I did the styrofoam and did some of the black rock kind of stuff. Do you smooth this out? This is kind of too thick. Make this flat. I was actually thinking about also getting, oh dude, I can't even think of the name of it. The snow monster. Is it a Wampa? I'm not sure. I don't even guess, but thinking of maybe about putting him on the shelf. Just kind of like having him off to the side, kind of as a joke, but they only make those in plastic. I think they make a like a 1/6 scale one that actually has fur, but that one looks more just like a stuffed animal. Wouldn't actually use that. If you want to know where I got this helmet, I actually ordered it off of, was it ESTY, Esty or Easty or whatever that's, that other website that's kind of like eBay. Esty? Is that what it is? Anyways, there's a guy that actually sells the kits. You can either buy the kit and build it yourself, or for an additional cost, he'll just build it for you. And he actually does any kind of helmet you want. I mean, he does any kind of this type of helmet. He'll do any logos. He even does them for like football teams. So you can get your favorite football team logo and put on an X-Wing helmet if you want. Hey. All right. This is coming out swimmingly. So what else is up? Been working on that Back to the Future. I don't know if you saw the video where I got the Kid Logic hovering thing that didn't work. I actually contacted Big Bad Toy Store today and they were like totally cool about it. So they were sending me a return label. So I'll just send that back. I don't think I'm going to get another one because I don't want the hassle of trying to get the things to work all the time. I mean, it'll look really cool in the room, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. Yeah, I'm wondering, wonder if they're ever going to come out with another Jabba the Hutt, like a good one. That'd be the only other figure I'd get. I'd get a Jabba, and I would get a Lando. If they had a Lando, I'd probably get that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I think that's almost it. I think I've almost got it all. I'm going to let this dry for a bit, and then I'm going to add some more water to it because it looks kind of thick. If you ever have any questions or comments about anything else that I'm doing, always feel free to leave them down below. I do get sometimes people ask me if I'll build them something, and the answer to that is no, I will not. I think I do enough videos where you can see how things are built, and most of everything that I do is pretty easy anyways. There. We're just about done. See how simple that was? I took you through the whole process. I didn't even cut the camera scene or anything. Come on, get down there. Probably should have changed the camera angle a little bit. That'd be funny if like I had the whole thing on here. It wasn't even focusing on this. Oh man. Now once I finish this, I actually have another 3.75 video that I had done that I forgot that I never posted. Just have to edit it a little bit, put some of the video's parts together. And I'll probably maybe put that up sometime by the end of the week. And then I have the Yoda shelf I'm going to start working on as well. But that one I don't think that Yoda's supposed to come out until January or something like that. Alright, so let's see if I got this right. I should have put the helmet down just to make sure it didn't, because I don't want it to I don't want it to be all like crooked on the shelf. Set it down really quickly. Far out. Is that how I wanted it? I think so. Far out. Alright, cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and smooth this out. So now I think I will go ahead and stop the camera. And all I'm going to have to do is just wait for this to dry a little bit. And I'm going to paint it and put it on the shelf. There is two other little items that I'm waiting for. They're going to go with the Hoth collection. Not a big deal type thing, but I kind of want to show it once I get those two extra pieces. So it might actually, well, I guess it doesn't matter because you'll see this video when I put it up, so it'll be instantaneous. Just that I'm talking. I'm gonna finish this and then wait for those pieces and put those up, and then I'll show you everything on the wall, because that Snowspeeder Luke literally is like my favorite shelf now. And here we go with the completed Hoth shelf. You can see all I did from before with the last video carrying into this one is I just spray painted it, and that was it. We'll get a closer look. Now there was a little bit of cracking here down below. I could fix that, but again it kind of looks like the snow's kind of on top of the shelf, so I'm not going to worry about it. Wasn't very much work. You saw basically how I built it. Now this would actually be cool for if you were going to make a diorama with some smaller AT walkers. Maybe put power generator in here. You can buy those for like 16 bucks. Build a small diorama. Or you can go with the 1/6 scale. I saw where Hot Toys is making, they're coming out with snow troopers, which is marvelous. I guess they're just going to start remaking stuff, even though the last one was Sideshow. But they're having those on pre-order. You can either buy one or buy a 2-pack. Maybe put it with like a E-Web gun, something like that. I'm surprised that they still haven't come out with like an Admiral Akbar or the Lando or a new Jabba. I guess they decided just to redo snow troopers. But anyways, that's it. Very, very simple to do. And I'm going to show you, although you'll see it on the wall in just a moment. Sorry for the shaky camera. This just fits right on here. As so. This too here on the side, this is just where when I got the shelf, the guy who sent it to me wrapped it in bubble wrap before the paint was already dry. I could always paint over this if I wanted to, and I probably should, but since where this is going, you're not going to see the side of it on the wall, so I have enough other stuff to do anyways. And I am somewhat detailed, but in this case, if you're wondering, that's what it was wrapped in the bubble wrap, and that's where it kind of stuck to the paint, but not a big deal. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this up onto the wall. We'll take a look at the full Hoth collection, and we'll wrap up this video. And here we go, the completed Hoth collection on the wall. We'll go ahead and start here down below with some of the shelves I built a few months ago. Got the Captain Han Solo and Tauntaun. We have the Sideshow Snow Trooper with the Imperial Droid. And of course our big AT Walker display with our Sideshow Imperial Driver or Pilot, however you want to call it. We got our Snow Speeder, just harpooned the AT Walker in action. We have another snow speeder there. And of course the shelf I built a few weeks ago, the Scooby-Doo exclusive 1/6 scale Luke snow speeder pilot. This came out awesome. It's actually one of my favorite figures now. And then of course the shelf that we just finished building with the X-Wing helmet. And one more snow speeder right there. And there you go, the Hoth collection. If you have any questions regarding any of the shelves, feel free to leave them down below. Next we're going to be doing the indoor collection, Planet Indoor collection. And that should be coming out next week. And then I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Power of the Force X-Wing 5. I'm actually going to do an unboxing and do a full build of it. Alright, I hope you guys had a fantastic Thanksgiving. And I shall talk to you guys later.